Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger Episode 2. And this was a solid second outing for the series. I am still enjoying it, which is good. Granted, Zyuohger and the Ninja didn't lose my interest in week 2. So I'm still cautious. Like, I'm treading lightly, like I'm enjoying this, but I'm expecting the floor to drop out from under me any second and us to be stuck with them spraying cheese in our string, like silly string in our face and being boring. So I hope not, but good news is I enjoyed this episode. Kind of like with Ninja Steel, I got to take it week by week. But so this was the debut for Gold and Silver, so that was neat. And we kind of got a little explanation about the hierarchy at the beginning of like the villains and stuff. And it was very coincidental, like Lucky. I hate that guy. I still hate him. He's still the worst. He was a little bit toned down in this episode. I don't want to say toned down because his annoyingness was still there in terms of him, but I mean like he was just in less scenes where he was annoying, I guess, but I still hate him. But because they kind of described in the episode, at the beginning of the episode, at the top of the episode, how it's going to be kind of hard to find all these with how big basically space is. And then of course Lucky finds them immediately. So I'm going to assume or hope that there's actually a tie to that. And I mentioned last week that I hope that there's kind of an explanation behind Lucky's luckiness and it's not just a stupid Toku bit. I think that would be kind of actually neat in general, but also to explain and sort of give reasoning to why he's able to gravitate towards finding these people that have them, the Kyutama I mean, or that have the potential to have them. Because it's kind of weird, not weird, but like, because it seems to me with the way that like these two and Lucky got theirs, that it sort of came to them, or it was in the gem or whatever, but it sort of appeared to them because they were chosen, but then like Blue had his already, but like it didn't unlock. At least that's the way I perceived it. So I don't know. I think there's definitely a bit of the Kyutama choosing you element or something, or whoever's controlling them choosing you, being chosen somehow, and then Lucky sort of gravitating towards the ones that will find him. So I guess it sort of ties into what I was saying last week, is I hope there's a cool explanation behind that and not just, oh, they sensed our friendship. I hate that stuff. But so I hope there's an explanation behind that, is the point of that. But as far as their introduction, I thought it was a pretty good introduction. I like them both. I'm actually pretty happy with the way Balance turned out, which is Gold. He's not like my absolute favorite, but just based on some of the body language and pictures, I was worried he was going to kind of be, not like Lucky, but kind of another one of those really annoying, in-your-face characters. And it's more just about the way he carries himself. He's kind of a con artist. Kind of reminds me of Urotaros from Den-O. Not so much in the womanizing, but sort of in like the Connie vibe. But that's a weird word. That was like the name Connie, like of a girl. But anyway, but the point is I liked his personality more than I thought. I definitely hope it doesn't turn into too many cliche, oh, he betrayed the team episodes. I'm gonna like almost call right now we'll get at least one of those. Either it seems like he's betraying them, or he betrays them and decides not to, like at the end of this episode. We're gonna get at least one more of those. I mean, a couple I'd say. But I hope we don't get too cliche with that. But I guess my point with him is that I'm just glad that he's not one of those in-your-face annoying characters so far. And so like the body language is just different than I thought it was going to be. And then Nagi? I can't remember. I think it's Naga. It starts with an N, for sure. Again, it'll take me forever to learn these names. But he's basically a Vulcan with like really weird hair. He's like a Vulcan if the Vulcan race was made by Kota after he took the fruit. That sounded weird. But so basically he doesn't have emotions, or his like kind did away with emotions, and he wants to learn how to have emotions. So it's kind of like Vulcans, except like sometimes Vulcans aren't that interested in learning that. So it's basically like that. And so like that was the crux of the episode. He sort of formed this friendship with Balance, but he doesn't really understand what friendship is until Lucky explains it to him and sort of realizes more or less, hey, friendship probably shouldn't be betraying your friends. And then because Balance is attached to him, he, you know, comes back and saves them. And one thing that's kind of bothered me as a minor nitpick is the fact that after being betrayed, Lucky was still that signature obnoxious, optimistic Toku character that trusts everyone. And I hate that because you just shouldn't be so trusting. I mean, granted, it was pretty obvious that Balance was going to come back for him to us because he's going to be in the show. And just from seeing his dynamic with Silver, it seemed obvious. But from how little time Lucky knew them, it shouldn't have been so obvious. I just hate when Toku characters are that naive. I get when you want to show positivity to the audience, but then there's a point of showing the audience don't be stupid. Like I said, granted, he was going to come back in the end, but he just shouldn't be so trusting. Because, like I said, we're probably going to get one of those non-trust episodes in the future, so it's not going to be so black and white. But, yeah, so, and I kind of like Naga, or Nagi, for his kind of bit. Like, it's not my favorite, and it's not exactly original, but I so far I like it, and I think it has potential to have him be one of the characters that shows at least some growth over the course of the series, and they made decent use of it so far. And on superficial note, they had a really cool roll call with green, black, blue, and yellow, where it was like this cool, like artsy roll call, and I hope we get them for the others. I'm surprised we didn't get it for Red, since he transformed on his own like almost immediately after that scene, but I hope we get more of those in the future. We also debuted their mech in the series. Granted, since we have to continue introducing Rangers, we can't waste that much time, but I thought it would have been neat if we had held off showing their arms forms for next episode and just done their little mini robot forms, considering their mecha are literally just little robots that can fight on their own. But those are both cool. I like them. As I mentioned in my reviews, hey, did you know that black and blue can also become arms? But anyway, that I really like Snake's, like Snake Hand. It looks really cool. So we got that. But yeah, overall, it was a solid, enjoyable episode. I liked it. I thought it was a good intro for Gold and Silver. The main complaints come from just wariness of the future, and hope that they explain things in a cool way, and also that they don't become too cliche with balance. Also, it looks like next week we're just getting Orange, which was unexpected for me. I honestly, well, you know what? They could pull the rug out from under me and Pink could show up too. But based on the preview, and my hope is that we're just getting Orange and then we do Pink next week. Because honestly, I assumed that we were going to do Gold and Silver and then Orange and Pink. But it looks like we might do, or have done now, Gold and Silver and then Orange and then Pink in the following episode. So I think that's kind of nice. Again, I appreciate taking your time with these things, for sure. So I'm looking forward to that, especially also because Orange is my favorite suit, so I hope I like him. I think right now my favorites are probably Blue and Champ. I can't think of Blue's name right now. I keep wanting to call him Garu. Maybe that's his name. I don't know. He's just Blue right now. But anyway, solid episode. I would give it a 7.5. Taking it week by week, but I'm at least happy to be enjoying it for now. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure the Crazy Podcast at WritersRangeRambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out. I did that too late. But don't forget, Oshi and Okami can still become arms also.